Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel, Joy Plans. Today I finally have my Norway plan with me, which is the week of August 31st to July 31st through August 6th. So this is going up quite a bit later than I was hoping, wanting, expecting, but I just kind of like impulse so I was gone on my trip for 2.5 weeks, so I have this week and this week to plan, and I laid down the base on camera and I even did a voiceover, and then I was like, forget about it. I am going to make my own scripts and then just talk through. Great, right? I made my own scripts finally. Please ignore that. My Cricut decided to be an absolute butt. Like, whew. Okay, still recovering. Anyways, I don't want this video to be even longer, but this is like totally bad quality. I wish I would have ordered it from a shop. It would have saved me the time, effort, and frustration. Shout out to all you shop owners. I don't know how you do it. Anyways, these scripts ended up way smaller than I wanted. It's all good. I thought I measured. We're gonna roll with it. Have my doodles pulled, and I'll just kind of like talk through the plans. That's way more fun. Like, you guys have seen a lot of bases. So anyways, we flew out on, let's see, this Sunday right here, and that's when me and one of my friends, coworkers, flew out. But because of the time jump, especially coming from like Pacific Standard Time, all the way over, we did not land in Norway until Monday. So it was kind of like the longest day of my life because I did not sleep at all because I was like jazzed and ready. And oh my goodness, sorry, the script, it cut out the individual letters. Oh no. Starting off strong. Okay. Wow, look at these little bitty scripts. Okay, please don't rip. It only individually cut for this one, so thankfully. Okay, we're gonna roll with it. Not the best, not the worst. Okay, so we landed in Oslo on Monday. Great. One of the girls that so I traveled mainly with two girls, and they are my coworkers, and then we met up with one of the girls' sisters who actually lives over in Europe. So she just took a little puddle jumper flight. And then for part of it, and then for Spain, we met up with another girl who's also friends. So that was like the worst explanation, but long story long, one of the girls who joined us for our fourth member for part of the trip met up with her, and then we took a train ride. This is a giant sticker. I should have planned this better. Oh gosh, do you think I can take this up? Beep, 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 beep. Okay, regret. We are rolling with it. Okay, terrible, whatever. We took a train ride, and that was like my very first train ride, and I've done subways like in New York and all that, but that was my first train ride, and it was very exciting. I loved it. We did lots of trains in Europe because that's just like the thing, but that is just not how I get around here. We of course had to grab coffee because we were fighting jet lag, like me and the girl who was flying with from Washington. We were fighting jet lag like crazy. It was so rough. I think I have it marked down here. We were like going off of 2 hours of sleep. It was so terrible. Okay, look at this itty bitty. This is so funny and bad, but I'm so done with these scripts. Like I said, it took me way too long to make these, to print these, to get my Cricut to print. Anyways, so it's just like, it is what it is. I'm gonna have cute little itty bitty scripts, and you know what? I'm not mad. I always watch like Lynn Designs, her plan with me's, and she uses cute little scripts, and they just look adorable. So I am just trying to live like Lynn here. That's my new motto, but I think I was trying so hard to make sure I didn't go over, like here, that I didn't go over and too big, that I kind of forgot that I could go under. Okay, so got in, train, iced coffee, put our stuff down, and we explored like downtown Oslo, which was super fun and great. Also, I'm so sorry if you can hear Sadie in the background. It's just, you know, it is what it is. She is having her little lick mat treat. We explored downtown Oslo, explored the waterfront, and it was super fun. It was totally just like a big city. Like, I felt like I lived kind of near Seattle, kind of felt like Seattle, but like way cleaner. So it was just like it didn't feel like your like cute Norway town. Just felt like a big city. Then over at the waterfront, we kind of, oh my goodness, look at this. Wait, what? What? This is not what I pulled. You know what? We're gonna leave it. Am I missing something? I'm totally missing something. Darn, I like doubled up. I see. This is why you don't talk. And I know, I made this to be double. Explore Oslo, and then I was going to say what we explored, which was the waterfront, and they have this really big opera house that is gorgeous. Okay, perfect. Okay, phew, we're covered. Okay, and then we found the cutest restaurant that literally looks like Restoration Hardware, and we're like, oh, that looks so cute, and everything in Norway was labeled gluten, like everything was labeled so well for allergies, so I could like walk up, look at a menu, and know exactly if I could eat there or not, clear as day. And that place had gluten-free pizza, and I was like, amazing, I'm starving, I'm sleep deprived, pizza is what I need and want. And it ended up being like Norway's biggest gluten-free chain. It totally was great. And then I marked being so exhausted, 2 hours of sleep. So yeah, I feel like a lot of these are like make plans, Carly plans, paper and milk, Carly plans, plan with me stickers, and I think that's Girl Prince Co. Okay, I'm not gonna do that every day. That's a lot. Tuesday, we woke up and we arranged our like Norway trip portion through like Travel Scandinavia or something along those lines. I don't know. The other girls who I went with, they were way into like that stuff. I just rolled with it. I just showed up and had a good time. Sounds terrible, but the hotels that they booked for us were just like chain hotels, but they were great. They were clean, and they came with complimentary breakfasts that were actually so good. And like I said, their gluten-free section in Norway, like they had a whole section of the buffet dedicated for gluten-free, and there was no cross-contamination. And if you are a gluten-free folk or an allergy folk person, you know, no cross-contamination is like mind-blowing in a public food setting. So it was really great, and it just like felt nice for my first international travel experience to have somewhere that like valued that and that it was clear. And I don't know, I was really nervous having celiacs and traveling internationally. It was just like, it's just a big thing. It just comes with a lot, you know? So I was very happy and surprised, genuinely surprised for how well I was able to eat in Norway. Okay, I'm kind of going out of order here, but on Tuesday, woke up, went to the impressive breakfast. Then we took this cute little water ferry, of course that is, but it's like this mini one. And we went to this Norwegian folk museum, which was like a couple miles worth of like outdoor museums. It was so cute and fun. We loved it. Had a grand old time. Had like lunch over there, and it was fantastic. It was a beautiful day. Then we toured this castle that was super cool. And then we walked around like the old part of Oslo that had the cutest little houses and streets. Like it was so dreamy, so dreamy. And then we came back and we crashed because again, fighting jet lag. And then we went back out and found this like really cute food court. And just like we each got to like pick what we wanted. And I had Thai food, which was kind of ironic. Like I had pizza and then Thai food as my first 2 meals in a foreign country. But yeah, so it was funny. And then we played card games. The group I was with really loved card games. And don't get me wrong, I love me some card games, but I don't know many card games. So I got to learn a bunch of card games, which was cool. Some I liked more than others. This day in particular, we played a game and I don't even remember. I tried to block it out of my memory because I hated it. It was the worst game. I think it was called like President. Let me know if you've heard of it. It's like if you win in the round, then you get like an advantage, and then whoever loses in the round gets like a disadvantage. Terrible, 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 terrible. I know it's all based off luck, but like, is it? I don't know. Then we came back and we packed, and I got to like a chit chat with the girl who I was rooming with, one of my friends and coworkers. And that was really great because that was kind of like the first night we were too tired. So yeah, I am loving the scripts. This was worth it. I knew it would be worth it. I just knew it would be painful. So we kind of like moved around and did like 3 different spots in Norway. So we got to like stay at a place for like 1-2 days. I think we did 4 spots. We did 4 spots. So Oslo for 2 full days. And then now we're moving spots here. Okay, I'm going to pause. I realized I did not even go over the kit here. This is Solis Studio Art, and I think it's called Seaside. I did the printable version from Pink Planner Shop, and then I paired it with Matte Bronze Foil, the pinstripes from Plan With Me stickers, and then some overlays from Plan With Me stickers. I accidentally ordered matte gold instead of matte bronze, so you might see some of that, and I think it totally flows and works. Then from Alicia Craft, I got this cute little travel airplanes and little corners that I also added. And then everything is Mick Plans font 1, like all my date covers. And I decided to just do 1 color, no patterns, because I felt like it like just was gonna look really clean, and I knew that going in. So that's how I was able to base my printable off of. Okay, day 2. Nope, day 3, Wednesday. We had a 6-hour train ride this day, and it was the most gorgeous train ride of my life. It was so gorgeous because we got to see kind of like the countryside of Norway, and it was just stunning. So I really, really, really loved that, and that was a special memory. My grandpa was actually like born and raised in Norway, so this whole trip, you're gonna see me mark it in the sidebar, but like this whole trip was really, really special because he used to talk all about it, and he even wrote like a little autobiography, which is really special. And he's passed away. He passed away like over 10 years ago, which is crazy, and it just, this whole trip made me wish that I could like come back and talk to him about all of it, all of his like growing up, and be like, I don't know, super cool. So not gonna get emotional, but Norway has always been on my bucket list just because my grandparents and that like heritage has always held a special place in my heart. So yeah, that was really cool, and it was just good to have some like quiet time on the train ride because you're like with people, and I'm an introvert. I needed time to like decompress and to regroup myself being in a foreign country, like without my husband, without my family, with people that like I kind of know, but like, you know, not super duper well. So that was good. I read a whole book on my Kindle, and on this train ride, there was a stop, and we got to get out and see this gorgeous waterfall, which how perfect is this Plan With Me stickers little doodle. And there was a Nordic folk dancer at this waterfall. It is quite literally someone's summer job to like dance, and it was exactly what you expect, a Nordic folk dancer. Just like there was music and she danced and she did great, and we loved it and it was a great time. Then we took the train, like a second train, which is all part of this ride, into a city called Flom. And I wrote Flom, my fave, because it truly was. It was my favorite city. If people ask what my favorite part about my whole trip, it was Flom. It just was the cutest little town. It is the gateway for all the fjords in Norway, and it's just stunning. So yeah, like it's a major cruise stop, but it's just so small. Like there's like one hotel and then like one little boutique hotel that has six rooms, and that's where we got to stay. And so we were literally on the fjord, but it was all budget friendly, like because we booked through a travel company. So it was just amazing. We took a fjord boat cruise, which is just like a 2-hour ferry, and we got to like see it all, and it was great. And then after dinner, we, well, me and one other girl, we decided to jump in the fjord. It was freezing, but I'm so glad we did it. It was totally worth it to say that and just like experience it. And there was like a restaurant right there that we totally did not realize we were like putting on a little show there by jumping in, but all part of the experience. Okay, on to Thursday. More breakfast. Again, just absolutely love that hotel breakfast, and it was so nice to not be able to like have to worry about finding a place that worked for everybody's tastes. And like, you know, everybody eats different breakfast sizes. Some people eat big ones, some people eat small, and so this just provided a nice, everybody could get what they wanted. Then we went on this hike, and I need to cut this little guy down. This is from Paper Milk. Oh, I'm kind of making it legless. That's okay. This hike was really pretty, but my oh my was it steep. The altitude was insane, and I have asthma, but like, it only flares up like random times, right? It totally flared up. I could not breathe. I had to stop, and they actually like went on to the top, and I'm like, you know what, guys, I'm just gonna park it right here. And it was great because again, I got my introvert time, but I put the 100% done because I was like, yeah, no. But I got to do part of it, and that was great and fun. And then we got like a car. It was like a tourist stop. It's like a tourist hike. So we took a bus car thing over there, and then they were gonna come pick us up at like 2 or 3 hours later. And the car ride back was insane. It took super long time. We thought we might like miss our ferry boat. We thankfully didn't, but yeah, it was just like a one-way road the whole time, but two groups of cars were going. So it was tricky, and I'm so glad I don't have to drive in a foreign country. Okay, then we took a ferry ride for our next stop. So we were only in Flom for like not even 24 hours. So we took a ferry ride, and on that ferry ride, I also read. And then we got to this adorable little town called Balestrand and explored, and it took us all about 15 minutes to explore this city because it is that tiny, but it was gorgeous. We just stayed out and chatted and enjoyed the small town life. Like Flom was small, but like Balestrand was like really small. But I was able to find a place that had, in this small little town, that had Norwegian meatballs, which like meatballs are really popular in Scandinavian culture. If you've been to IKEA, then you know. And Norwegian meatballs that were gluten-free, and that was fantastic. Then we played a bunch of 5 Crowns, which was one of the card games we played this weekend, or this trip, which I love. I knew 5 Crowns. My father-in-law loves this game. So we played a lot with my in-laws. And then when we came home, or came back to the hotel room, the girl who I was like rooming with, she went to the lobby to go kind of like call her people. She had been traveling to in Europe for this was like her 4th week. So yeah, she was missing her people. So she went down to the lobby, and then which meant that I got to FaceTime and talk to my husband. I could have done it any other time, but I'm like a weirdo, and I'm like, I'm only gonna do it. I didn't want to go down to the lobby. I just did it when it worked out. So got to FaceTime my husband, and that was great. I like still talk to him like every day and call them, but I only FaceTimed a couple times. Made me sound like a terrible wife. Okay, on Friday, we woke up and we took a 4-hour ferry ride. This was our like mode of transportation to our final spot of Norway. And this is when we went to Bergen. Oh, I guess that's like side by side. Oh well. Okay. In Bergen, this was your total quintessential like Norwegian fishing town. So Oslo is the capital of Norway. It's the biggest city. It's the hub, and it totally feels like a big city. Bergen is the second biggest, and they definitely like Bergen's big enough to have an airport, and they compete a lot with Oslo, but Bergen is really cool because it still feels like a small Norwegian fishing town. Like it just feels super small town, which I personally loved, and that was I was expecting to see like more of that. So yeah. When we got there, we just like explored the city on our own. We later did a walking tour, which you'll see in a second, but we found a place for coffee. I will say, coffee in Norway was really weak. Actually, just in Europe in general. I think I'm just like used to Starbucks type coffee or like coffee shops. But they really only did like 1 shot of espresso, and they barely did iced. And I'm like a triple shot kind of girl. I am not a 1 shot. So, and when I asked for like another shot of espresso or even like 2 shots of espresso, they're like, they basically were like, no. You're like, okay, sounds good. So yeah, that was kind of funny. We took a 2.5-hour walking tour of Bergen. It was great. We had the best tour guide ever, and we learned a ton. And yeah, I fell in love with walking tours during this trip. And I just think they're a really great way to get to know the city and get to know fun facts, because you could like walk around all you want by your own, like on your own, but hearing a local tell you about it is great. They have a ton of tourist shops in Bergen, so we like went around there. They like really love their trolls. Even though we saw no trolls and no Vikings. You know, like people joke about Norway being known for their Vikings. No. Didn't see a Viking. Didn't like the Viking museum was under construction, so we didn't get to go to it. But like, of course you're not seeing Vikings. I just meant like you didn't see any like memorabilia around or like anything like that. So I don't know. Nonetheless, they like their trolls, so we went shopping, and then we went to bed early. We just were so tired. We've just been like on the go and packing. Then on Saturday, we did another hike, and I wrote another terrible hike because it was terrible. I thought that I liked hiking until this trip, and then I'm like, who am I kidding? I don't like hiking at all. This morning I just woke up in my feelings, though. I was just feeling super homesick. I think it just kind of like hit me. We were at the 1 week part, and I'm a homebody. I'm an introvert, like I said. And I was just like, what am I doing? Like, I'm having fun, but at the same time, I was just like, I miss my husband, I miss my dog, I miss my mom, I miss my dad, like, I miss my home, I miss, like, my own space, and yeah, just feeling all the feels. So I definitely was, like, really weepy and had to, like, go back to the hotel room during breakfast and, like, compose myself. And then we like grabbed a coffee, and thankfully we just kind of like stopped and like lingered, and that was really nice. I needed that time even afterwards to like regroup. Then afterwards, that's when we went on a hike, and we took the wrong path. So our hike ended up being steeper, longer, harder, you name it. All the things. Then, however, we were able to, oh, that girl's too big. At the top, we were able to have lunch up there, and that kind of like, it was really pretty. It was a gorgeous view, and we got to watch all these paragliders. So I just wrote lunch with a view. It was great. Then we got to take the gondola back. So you could take the gondola up and down, but instead we decided to hike and then take the gondola down. So I'm glad we didn't hike down because hiking down is terrible, but I kind of wish we took the gondola both ways. That was fun. And then on our way back, we kind of got recommended from somebody on our fjord tour in Flom, actually. And they recommended to stop at this like hot chocolate shop. It was a fancy hot chocolate shop. It was so cute and really delicious. I got a caramel hot chocolate. One of the girls got an orange hot chocolate. They had homemade marshmallows. There was lavender hot chocolate and something else. It was really fancy, and it kind of was starting to get like a little gloomy, so that was really great. Then we walked around this like giant fortress, and that was cool. The fortress was right next to our hotel, and on our way, like we were like, oh, let's tour the fortress. And then as we were walking through, they had all these giant food trucks. Not giant food trucks, but like a giant festival of food trucks, which is just really ironic. It was just like a random local event. And so we decided to stay there and have dinner there and play cards there and just hang out. So our last night in Norway was like so chill and so fun and unplanned. We just lived like locals, and I just loved that. It was great. It was a gorgeous night. It stayed sunny super late. And we just got to play card games at this outdoor festival. There was live music, and it was a grand old time. Then we came back, and I got to FaceTime my husband. I think actually this was just a phone call, which is good. And then we packed up because on Sunday we left for Spain. So I don't know why I'm grabbing these with my fingers now, but I'm sorry I haven't like been updating where things are from. If you have questions, just let me know, but you kind of know the shops that I shop from, and I always have them linked down below. All right, Sunday is breakfast, of course. Like I said, I loved these hotel breakfasts, and I love this little breakfast waffle from McLean's, so had to use that. And then we had to say bye to Norway, which is so sad. Let's see. I feel like I need to space this out. Okay, I'm gonna hop over to my sidebar here. These are my scripts for Spain. Okay. So, Norway. Okay. I'm gonna use this little passport, and Norway. So cute. It's funny, like, seeing all these scripts laid down, and I'm like, oh, I love how this looks. I wish I could do this every week, but then I remind myself how long it took, and then I'm like, nope, never mind. I will not do this every week. So if you are somebody that makes your scripts every week, do you find it gets easier? Does it get faster? Please let me know, because, like, maybe I have hope, but I probably don't. Okay. Have a little friends and a yay, and I need to chop both of these down. Ugh, so sad. Okay. Have a little fun with friends, and then, oh, I don't. Okay, I'm gonna do it just like that. I feel like I'm going quiet to focus. Fun with friends, and then meet one of the girls, and then just like celebration of my culture. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, wait. Oh, okay, wait. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why am I? I don't like this. Oh no. Okay. Whatever. Oh, I see. Okay, I'm so sorry. I like keep forgetting that some of them I have pulled right here. Okay, I got to regroup. So, here we go. We flew to Spain, and I've decided for like all my flights, I was layering a passport in a plane I don't know why, but I did, and I'm committing to the process. So we left Norway to go to Spain. This is the longest talk through ever. I thought this would be way faster. I had everything prepped. And I have this little script that says, bye Norway. I was really sad to be leaving, let's be real. I don't know what sticker this is supposed to go to. Maybe this? Okay. Then here we have, dun dun dun, we had the cutest Airbnb. That is gonna be way too big. So I'm gonna put that down here. We had a super cute Airbnb in Spain, in Barcelona, which is where we flew into. It was like total city vibes. I didn't love Barcelona, which I will share more of my thoughts on Spain next week, and hopefully it will go faster, but I can still appreciate it. And then, yeah, we just walked around the city. We didn't have like too much daylight, but it was good to get our bearings before the next day when we did like walking tour and all that. And then we just like chilled at our Airbnb and read for a little bit while one of the girls had to do something. It was kind of nice having 3 people because you could like bounce off. And then we went. That was so cool. Okay. I was kind of starting to feel like a little sick that night, but I don't want that to be one of the things you see. That sounds like really bad and selfish, but I do want to remember that because I was like, oh no, am I going to get sick? Do I have to go home? So I'm just going to mark that right in there. But this evening, the 6th, we, I see. Okay. What? Okay. We got to go to a flamenco show, and it was incredible. I loved it. I loved every second of it. It was so cool, so much so that we went to another one in a different city. So I have this little high heel from Sugar Pop Fizz, and it's perfect. It was really cool. Then we came back from the show, and we played more card games. I think we played the game Garbage this night. Maybe you've heard of it. There's probably alternative names for all these games, and I don't know them because I just learned them on this trip. And then afterwards we went to bed because we were exhausted. Like I said, we were just like so on the go. I feel like this plan with me has been all over the place, and thank you so much for bearing with me and sticking through all of the clunkiness. I'm marking this to also say good chats because it was just really fun getting to know this group of girls, and since they're my teammates, we get to like continue the like talking about our trip and bonding and all that stuff. But this is it. So sorry it was so long, but hopefully you enjoyed. I love how it turned out. There's some of that matte bronze foil. If you have any questions where anything's from, let me know, and hopefully you didn't mind the super long talk through, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye everyone.
All right, I decided to add in a couple small little clips. So this is the fjord cruise that we took, and here's the cute little like towns that we were able to see and stay at. Here is the Nordic folk dancer at the waterfall. I wish you could hear the music, but yeah, I just tried to capture a couple like non-people videos, although I have like 1,000 to go through. And then this is the cute town of Flom. That was my absolute favorite, and this is where we stayed, our hotel view. And one of our hikes, this was the views that we were able to see. So that's it. Thank you for watching.